have a problem. I'm just playing Legends Z-A, I want to take a cute picture with one of my Pokémon, and so I checked the map for some nice cafes. See, this one looks nice and bright. Let's check it out. Oh no. Time and time again, my photos turned out gloomy, uninspired, void of whimsy. Why? Because I didn't go to the right place at the right time. I mean, how was I supposed to know where to go? It's not like anyone's made reviews for every cafe in Lumiose looking at times of day, camera angles, visual food and drink variety, and overall photo potential. Well, someone's gotta do it. My name's Catherine, and I went through the painstaking process of thoroughly reviewing every cafe in Pokémon Legends Z-A. No one asked for this, and it's kinda stupid, but just stupid enough to be a great video on the internet. I'll be rating these cafes based pretty much entirely on visual things, because how am I supposed to judge the food or drinks based on flavor? They're not real. Hate to break it to you. So let's talk about what I'm judging them on. First off is the lighting. Different times of day give you different lighting, and this can enhance or ruin your photos. So we'll look at every cafe at 4 different times to judge lighting. Next, the cameras. There are 2 types of cameras at the cafes. The fixed camera, which is the initial camera angle when you first go to the cafe, and then there's the quote-unquote free camera if you choose photo mode. We will also be kind of reviewing the menu, sort of. Basically, the more visually different drinks there are, the better. Lastly, it's important to note that you don't visit the cafe alone. Your Pokémon will accompany you. Lately, my cafe buddy has been Quinn, my shiny alpha Nickit, but he can't be the only one visiting the cafes today. His experience is going to be quite different from that of a larger or smaller Pokémon. Every Pokémon is going to have a different experience, but since bringing every species to every cafe would take probably forever, we'll be focusing on a few categories today. The big, the tiny, the this is a popular Pokémon and therefore will likely have the best experience, and the awkward height. Quinn falls into that last category because he's a pretty small Pokémon, but since he's an alpha one, they took away his seat. For the other 3 categories, we have Escalator, the Alpha Aurorus, who is crazy tall. We have Infant, the Flabebe I caught 2 minutes ago and is one of the smallest Pokémon in existence. And lastly, we have No Name, the Eevee. Eevee felt like a good fit for this because it's definitely up there in most well-known Pokémon, but it's also shorter than the ever-iconic Pikachu, which in theory could make it difficult to see depending on camera angles. With this team in tow, it's time to take on our first cafe. Cafe Cyclone was one of my go-to places to record or take photos prior to this video. Thanks to the benches around town being pretty useful for shiny hunting, most of my gameplay has been in the morning. While still a bit gloomy, this cafe is visually one of the better spots at that time of day. That being said, this place truly shines in the afternoon and at night. The fixed camera angle is pretty lacking. I can't tell what the goal was here. It's not the most scenic angle, and it doesn't showcase the player very well either. But if you just want a good look at your Pokémon, it definitely gets the job done. The free cam was also just okay. It does have some potential at certain angles, but it also has some pretty annoying obstructions like the empty chair across from the player and this umbrella that gets in the way of so many good angles. This umbrella is the worst. It really obstructs things. Like, look at that. But if we have it here, you know, that looks pretty cute. Quinn's experience here was okay. The fixed camera is in a pretty good spot for showcasing this fox, but he is just a bit too short for the table, something that we'll be seeing at most of the cafes. Our Eevee had an amazing time. The free cam can be placed in the absolute perfect spots to let this relatively small Pokémon take the spotlight. Infant kinda blends in with the surroundings at times, so it's not the best for photos. But there's still potential. Escalator... had a terrible time. Escalator, how you doing up there? Oh, you almost hit the umbrella. The menu was amazing. The coffee menu was visually lackluster, something every cafe seems to struggle with, but the tea menu has plenty of visually distinct drinks. Solid cafe all around, but nothing super special. So I'm gonna give this cafe 3 stars out of 5. We're going to cafe class! Yes! No! Okay, the lighting here is terrible in the middle of the day. This place is rarely well illuminated, with terrible lighting in the morning and afternoon, and better but still bad lighting at night. If you're going to visit this cafe, I'd recommend visiting at sunset, but even then, it's nothing amazing. The fixed camera angle is great for showcasing both you and your Pokémon, so long as your Pokémon isn't too short. The cafe's location is on one of the roads leading directly to the center of Lumiose, and the fixed camera does a good job of showcasing this spacious road. And also the empty chair across from us. Speaking of which, this empty chair and the placement of the super necessary umbrella leads to a downright terrible free cam experience. We got this slice of pie. It looks pretty good, but we can't really see it very well because there's a chair in the way. This is really bad. And there's an umbrella. Oh, this is horrendous. Even this part is like, whoa, yeah, this is not great. As for my Pokémon, my Eevee is a tad too short for the fixed camera angle. Same goes for Quinn. Infant had a much better experience, aside from being blocked by the umbrella with the free cam. And Escalator, yeah. Okay, I feel like there's a trend here. How are you doing with this camera? Okay. Oh, not the umbrella situation again? Are you serious? Yeah, this is not it. Once again, Escalator is having a terrible experience. The menu is somehow even worse, with only 2 types of coffee and 2 types of tea, all looking very similar. But it is one of 2 places in Lumiose to have warm moo milk if that's up your alley. I can't deny that there's still some potential with the fixed camera if you have the right Pokémon for it, so I'm giving Cafe Class 2 stars out of 5. Now let's head over to our next location. Cafe Introversion or Introversion is pretty solid. It has good lighting at all times of day, especially the afternoon. The fixed camera angle also gives you a good view of Gare de Lumiose and a solid side view of your character. Though we do have to address the elephant in the room, this isn't the best angle for small Pokémon. But what's worse is the free cam. We haven't looked at the free cam. Oh. I don't like this that much. Who are you and why are you looking at me? Why are you looking at me? For a place that's dedicated to introvertedness, I don't exactly feel welcome when someone's staring me down. I thought this place could have been great. There's a guy here! That might be the worst free cam experience I've ever had. Quinn and my Eevee both had the not so great coffee cup experience, but Infant floats above that. Escalator, what's your experience like? Yeah. Yeah, this tracks. Well, okay, I have to give it something. Can't give it a whole lot, but this is actually not the worst. You're not hitting anything. The menu has some good variety, with my personal favorite, Roserade Tea, at one of the lowest prices you'll see in the city. Not the lowest price, but we'll get back to that. I'm also a big fan of cookies, so that's another bonus. Despite the hiccups, Cafe Introversion has its good sides, and I'm giving it 3 stars. Cafe Woof is a scam. The lighting is mediocre at all times of day. It could be worse, no complaints there. But the fixed cam is lackluster, and the free cam is downright terrible. There's a chair in the way. You zoom out. There's a wall in the way. Oh, this is bad. Quinn is actually a good size for photos here, while Eevee and Infant are just passable. As per usual, Escalator's experience is Escalator's experience. How are you doing? How are you doing? Oh. Every time you move, you're gonna hit that thing. At least it's like fabric, so it's not the worst thing that could happen to you, but that's pretty bad. But the worst part is the menu. This is a long menu. Natural heart star. Do you think that they'll make them match that? Do you think they'll go all out? I really hope so. We've already seen the natural blend. It's just a basic coffee. Heart blend? Any differences? It's the same food. Same coffee. I think. Star blend. Is that different? Oh, the lighting is very different now, so we can't judge that. Diamond blend. Okay, let's look at this now. Yeah, no, that's the same thing. What are the prices of these? Natural is 800. Heart is 1,000. 1,200. Okay, well, is that different? Is that different? That's not. That looks the same. Are there more expensive ones? 1,500? Okay, well, is this different? No, it's not. It's not. If you do like this cafe, get their cheapest coffee options. They have a long menu to give you the illusion of choice, but it's all the same thing. For the absolute scam menu and the mediocre at best camera experience, this is our first cafe to get 1 star. Let's hope Café Soleil is a step up from this. Don't judge a book by its cover goes both ways. This place is advertised as being all about bringing as much light into your life as the sun itself, and yet it seems to lack that. Even the picture they show here portrays this place as being very bright during the day, and yet I could not get the lighting they advertise. You know what? Let's do a time lapse and see if this image truly is misleading. Yeah, considering the false advertising, we're off to a rough start. But this location does have its good sides. The lighting at sunset is pretty okay, and the lighting at night looks wonderful. Funny that the best time to visit the Sun Cafe is at night. The fixed camera angle also lets you get some really cute pictures or videos of your Pokémon sitting across from you. Also, it's really nice that this angle showcases the food and drink as well, and the food in question is a platter of very colorful macarons. Super cute. The free camera truly misses the mark, since the building's wall cuts out a lot of nice camera angles. You're better off just staying on this screen. Quinn, Eevee, and Infant all had okay experiences with photo potential, and Escalator had the usual awful experience. How you doing, my friend? You're once again in the roof. Oh, you are clipping into it. Like, a lot. You're not gonna get a concussion, but that's gonna hurt your sales, so I'm gonna say that that's still terrible. The menu has some solid variety, unlike the previous cafe, though there's nothing much else to say about it. If you bring the right size of Pokémon for this fixed camera angle, you'll get some really cute footage. But with the weirdness of the free cam and the small window of time for good lighting, I'm giving this 3 stars, but I will definitely be returning here just for these shots. Now I want to take a moment here just to say, if you're watching this, thank you. Most of my videos are about shiny Pokémon, but I like to experiment from time to time. I've got tons of stuff planned, and we also happen to be approaching a pretty huge milestone, so if you're enjoying the shenanigans, consider subscribing. Shameless plug aside, let's visit some more cafes. Oh boy, Shutterbug Cafe. One of 2 cafes in Lumiose focused on good photography, and yet it misses the mark in so many ways. The lighting is terrible at all times of day except the morning, and even then, it's nothing special. The fixed camera angle gives us a view of our chair, some trees, one of Zone 9's entrances. Yeah, it's nothing scenic. Though I will say, one of few redeeming qualities for this cafe is that we don't have the usual empty seat, making it look like we were meeting someone here but got stood up. Nice. Another redeeming quality is that for the first time so far, Escalator actually has a good experience at this cafe. Surprisingly. I can see a lot of you. Still can't see your head. I don't think I'll ever be able to. You've got ample space. You know what? I think you're having a good time. Congratulations, Escalator. So does Infant, but that comes as no surprise, and Eevee is simply here, while Quinn is left slightly disappointed. The place has a small but mighty menu of entirely visually distinct drinks, and also has cookies, so another bonus point for that. But at the end of the day, that just isn't enough to redeem this cafe. It's not the worst, but it is getting a measly 2-star rating from me. Café Pokémon Ami. The entrance makes you think you're about to have a terrible experience in a cramped alleyway, but then you're seated around the corner with a nice view of Lumiose Tower. The lighting is pretty bad at most times of day, but the morning and afternoon are passable if you really want a view of the tower. The fixed camera angle is pretty nice, though it's definitely a place where you'll need to choose a Pokémon that'll be showcased better here, unlike Quinn. The free cam is nothing special, but it's not the worst either. Nothing much of note for each Pokémon. They all had a pretty indifferent experience, or slightly above average. The menu is small, but still has a bit of variety, although the Oran and Blended Tea are identical, though I can't complain, they're both purple. This is also the second of 2 locations to serve warm Moo Moo milk. The Pecha, Cherry, and Blended Tea are all exclusive to this location just to boot. Overall, this place had a solid view, a solid menu, but doesn't wow me as much as I wanted it to, so I'm giving it 3 stars out of 5. Hi, this is editing, Catherine. I don't know what I was thinking. I want to change this to 4 stars. It deserves it. It's a pretty view. Cafe Rulo is interesting. Pretty good lighting all day and night, but my favorite time to visit is the afternoon. The fixed camera angle, I don't like it. I think it has its uses, so just a friendly reminder that my rating is subjective and you can like things that I don't and vice versa. The free camera here is actually pretty useful, thanks to the placement of our table and the lack of an extra chair. The umbrella gets in the way sometimes though, so it's not perfect. All my Pokemon had good experiences here, except for one. I think you can guess who. So this is probably the most that we've been able to see Escalator, but the least that Escalator can see us. You're hitting the umbrella. Well, you know what this means. Escalator is unfortunately having a terrible experience. Once again, the menu is small but full of visually different options, and overall, this is a nice place to visit, so I'm giving it 4 stars out of 5. Prior to this video, I had never visited this cafe. Turns out it was a hidden gem. The lighting is absolutely gorgeous during midday and sunset, and honestly, morning and night are both pretty solid as well. The fixed camera has a stunning view of Lumiose Tower, and both cameras work well for showcasing Pokemon of all sorts of shapes and sizes. All 4 of my Pokemon were really easy to photograph here, although one in particular is showcased at a somewhat awkward angle. Yeah, Infant is just having the absolute best time. What? Not the angle I was expecting. I'm going to move away from that. This is really good. It's just that angle is violating. The menu is very tiny, so it's no surprise that everything's at least a little different. Overall, Café Galanton is super well-rounded for photography, and I will certainly be revisiting this place. And not just because my shiny alpha Indeedee is here. I am giving this cafe 5 stars out of 5. This place used to be one of my go-tos, but honestly, it fell off. Thanks to a quest in the DLC, this place is now full of people looking to get their hands on the viral sushi coffee combo. So now the once quiet spot has this nosy lady watching my every move. And the lighting is pretty— Why are you looking at me? Why are you looking at me? I don't like this camera angle. It was also here that I noticed something else had changed. The fixed camera angle, I don't really like it. I think I used it in a video previously with Alpha Swirlix. But I think the camera angle has changed. Where is that Swirlix? Yeah, this is a different camera angle than in the base game. I don't like it. It actually got downgraded. Because I used this in the fairy type video. Hold on, let me find this. Yeah, whoa, wait, what? Hold on. It used to be. This is the same exact Swirlix. It used to be on a stool. I'm not sure if this is specific to this cafe, the DLC, or just a patch to the game, but it seems that some alpha Pokemon used to get stools and now they don't. And to think maybe Quinn could have been having a better time all around. Man, whatever, it's fine. If you're cool with random people breathing down your neck, I recommend visiting around midday to get the best lighting. But honestly, this place is not worth revisiting, and I'm giving it just 1 star. When I say this place is hopeless, I mean it. The best lighting is at midday or sunset, but it's telling that this is the best lighting you'll get. The fixed camera angle is passable, but not worth going out of your way for. Photographing any of my Pokemon just wasn't a good experience, although I'll give credit where credit is due. Escalator had a pretty okay time. The menu is alright, but the Rosary tea is overpriced here just to make things worse. 1 star. Now I talked about the tea being overpriced, but let's check out a notoriously pricey coffee place. Cafe Ultimo. I'll let it speak for itself. I'm not looking forward to this. You know that appreciating such a rare bean is about more than merely tasting the difference. It's about understanding the bean itself, knowing how it was grown, how it was roasted, when, where, why. And you still insist that you can appreciate $1 million cup of coffee. I do. And can you express the unique notes of such a bean? Describe its flavor in your own words. Merely saying that it tastes like $1 million cup of coffee won't cut it. That relates nothing. Nothing at all. Such words are dregs in my mug. You're sure you aren't merely chasing after some shallow desire for notoriety? You aren't here just so you can boast, glad that you are, that you've tasted $1 million brew. So, you'll fork over $1 million of your hard-earned cash, then you'll spew out some ignorant commentary about the flavor and simply embarrass yourself. The shame will never leave you. You realize what's at stake, don't you? And yet you claim to be ready for the ultimate special, the ultimate coffee of supreme ultimacy. Then allow me to confirm, just one last time. You wish to drink a cup of my ultimate special, a brew so rare it can be had but once in a lifetime. I will prepare your coffee at once. Please have a seat and relax. Okay. My hands are shaking. I can count the polygons. Go ahead, dear customer. Try my ultimate special, the ultimate coffee of supreme ultimacy. Let me take it in. I need to think about this. No. I can't drink this yet. I can't do it. Let me take it in. I can't do it. Just one more moment. Okay. I'm ready. Bottoms up. You died. That, dear customer, was a cup brewed from the ultimate beans of supreme ultimacy. My ultimate special, a once-in-a-lifetime delicacy. And how would you describe the flavor? Pretty normal, I guess. And now, the matter of the bill. That will be $1 million, if you please. Why? I imagine the ultimate beans must be glad to have... I don't like coffee. This place, aside from the $1 million Poké one-time coffee, serves only one drink. Their ultimate offering. So after all that, we had to fork over another 100,000 Poké to properly review the place. The best time to visit is never, but if you insist, the morning and afternoon will give you the best possible lighting here. And the lighting is the best part of the entire experience. I truly have nothing else to say. 1 star. You deserve it, baby girl. I had high hopes for Cafe Action or Action because of its reference to trainer PR videos, a feature from Pokémon X and Y that I was really hoping would return in this game. It didn't. The description for the place also seems to be the only mention of PR videos in relation to this cafe, because the owner immediately starts talking about photos. Okay, sure. I'm not particularly wowed by the scenery or the lighting at any time of day, but I do like the fixed camera angle. It's a good one for showcasing both you and your Pokémon close up. The free cam, on the other hand, is just bad. And there's something here, and there's something here, and there's something here, and there's... Oh no. Oh, this is... Whoa, this is awful. This is even worse than Ultimo. All my Pokemon had bad experiences with photo potential here for one reason or another. For yet another place dedicated to good photos and videos, it's kinda lacking. The menu has 3 exclusive drinks. Unfortunately, the Action Tea Blend and the Mint Tea du Jour are visually the same. And the Galarian Breakfast Tea also looks the same as other menu items here. So it may look like a big menu, but there are quite a few duplicates. For many reasons, this place deserves 2 stars or less, but the fixed camera angle is really nice, so I'm bumping it up to 3 stars since I'll definitely be visiting again. Cafe Batai. This is the first cafe I ever visited. The lighting is passable at all times of day, but as is typical, the afternoon looks best. The fixed camera angle is alright, a nice distant camera view, although it's mainly showcasing the empty tables next to me. It was nice revisiting the place where I used photo mode for the first time, but I was quickly reminded of how much I struggled to use it here. The umbrella is constantly in the way, there are so many empty chairs and tables that just don't need to be there. It's not for me. Quinn had a surprisingly good time here, whereas everyone else was pretty disappointed. The menu has some visual duplicates like the Orin and Roserade tea, so not the best, not the worst. And overall, this cafe is getting 2 stars from me. There are only 4 cafes left, 3 of which are the Nuvo Cafe trucks. Nuvo Cafe is the most affordable coffee place, with prices as low as 100 Pokédollars and as high as 350 for my go-to Roserade tea. And according to their description, they never charge those who cannot afford to pay. Oh, I probably need to test this, don't I? Look at this. 52 Pokédollars. Okay, something from the coffee menu. Ember roast? Yeah? What do you mean? My full odds playthrough is going to die. Well, it's a good thing I didn't use my main account, huh? The menu at all 3 trucks is exactly the same, much like how every drink on the menu looks the same since they're in Nuvo branded paper cups. I can't complain too much. The theming is really nice. For truck number 1, the lighting is pretty good at all times of day, but afternoon and sunset are my favorites. The fixed camera angle could have been better, but I'll take it. The free cam is amazing, lots of freedom, not so many obstructions. Infant had the absolute best time, my Eevee and Escalator enjoyed themselves, and Quinn had no notable issues. So I'm giving truck number 1 4 stars. Truck number 2 isn't in a super stunning area, and I wasn't particularly wowed by the lighting at any time of day. It was a pretty indifferent time for both types of cameras, and similarly, everyone felt indifferent about the place except for my Eevee, who quite enjoyed it. I'm giving it 2 out of 5 because honestly, I'm not a fan, but I can't justify giving it any lower of a rating. Truck number 3's lighting is pretty similar to truck number 2, but evening was the better lighting option for me. The fixed camera was terrible for Quinn, but good for other Pokemon. It didn't have much of a wow factor considering the background is just the walls of surrounding buildings. The free cam really wasn't anything special either, but it does have some potential. Quinn had a terrible time, Escalator had a slightly better but still bad time, and Eevee and Infant both felt pretty indifferent. So similarly to truck number 2, truck number 3 gets 2 stars. And with all those cafes aside, we are left with just one more. Okay, so, this place is a little I'm on a garbage bag right now. I don't think I'm not on the garbage bag. Hold on. Well, anyways, we can actually enter this cafe. Well, the interior is really pretty. Nice tables, nice chairs. Place does need a good cleaning. This is a huge cafe. So there doesn't seem to be a fixed cam option here, but there is a free cam. And we don't have to sit at a chair. Oh, Escalator, hold on. You gonna do any property damage? Yeah, look at this. I can get a nice, good picture of you with me, and I can pose. Look at that. The scenery is kinda The lighting isn't great. But at least we know that it's consistent. And there are Pokemon here. Oh, there's something here. Okay, I don't know where I am. It's behind me then. So maybe like this corner? Okay. Surely the shiny's over here. Yeah, it is. Hi. Welcome to the cafe team. What the heck? Well, we got a good look at the teleporters, and we also have to give you a name. Your name is Latte. You, my friend, will help me in reviewing this one last cafe. We haven't looked through this door. Okay. Motion detectors. Okay, they've got good security here. What? I feel like I shouldn't be here. I'm gonna say never mind for now. If it's really dangerous, then I'm gonna add a 6th member to the party. Oh! Oh, hi, Mabel. I'm reviewing cafes. Okay, go Greninja. I can't see your head. You don't have any dark type moves. Oh, I forgot that this one's built for entirely water type. Quick ball. Nope. Quick ball unfortunately did not work. I will simply catch you in a great ball because you're pretty great. Okay, I did not catch you. Dude, you are so stubborn. Get in the ball. What the heck? Get in the ball. That's stupid. Come on. Yeah, there we go! That only took 19 minutes. This cafe doesn't serve like any food. No drinks, no nothing. But it's very spacious. You can shiny hunt here, clearly. And you also get a free Mewtwo. Honestly, 5 stars. And with that, we've taken a look at every cafe in Lumiose. I hope this video helps you make your decision on which cafes are worth a visit and which ones can be skipped altogether. If you want to see more videos with random topics like this or more shiny hunting, consider liking the video and maybe even subscribing. You can also tune into my live streams on Twitch to watch the adventures as they happen. All that aside, thank you for watching and stay hydrated.